Total alert in Washington, the clock is ticking, and not everyone will make it out unscathed. If you're a Commanders fan, you need to understand one thing. This isn't just another off-season. It's the beginning of a revolution. And revolutions have casualties. While some fans sleep thinking OTAs are just practice, the field in Ashburn turns into a true courtroom. 4 or 5 players, every rep is a sentence, and it might be their last. The most shocking part? One of them hasn't even set foot on the field in 2024. And if you think this is just the beginning, wait until you understand what's behind the elite receiver duo so praised by PFF. One of them, believe it or not, may not survive until the bye week. But perhaps the most symbolic case is Brian Robinson Jr. He's running against time and not on the field. He's up against his own track record. His most dangerous mistake? It's not physical. It's mental. And Adam Peters has already, between the lines, signed his potential replacement. It's time to face the truth. Michael Way, the running back who shined last preseason, is now a ghost buried behind 6 names. Brian Robinson, Austin Ekeler, Jeremy McNichols, Chris Rodriguez Jr., and the hungry rookie Jackery Kroski-Merritt. How many chances does a player really have when he starts out behind 5 others? Chris Paul, the offensive lineman, faces an even crueler fate. 0 offensive snaps in 2024. Yes, 0. He only played on special teams. Now, with the arrival of Laramie Tunsil and Josh Connerly Jr., the door has been shut for good. And there's no push that can open it again. Bobby Price? He needs a miracle. The cornerback group now includes Marshawn Lattimore, Mike Sainristil, Noah Igbinoghene, Jonathan Jones, and rookie Trey Amos. That's 5 names that all but seal Price's fate before he even gets a shot. Andre Jones Jr.? He represents everything frustrating about miscalculated picks. Drafted in the 7th round, he ended the year with 17 defensive snaps and just 1 tackle. 1. How do you stay in a system where you barely exist? Undrafted wide receiver Jacoby Jones is swimming against a tsunami. With names like Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel, Noah Brown, Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, and maybe even Michael Gallup, what's left for him? Hope doesn't fill a depth chart. But not everything is despair. Or is it? PFF ranked McLaurin and Deebo Samuel among the top 32 WRs in the league. Terry is 10th. He leads the NFL in contested catches since 2020. And yet, few talk about him as a future Hall of Famer. Deebo, on the other hand, was ranked 30th, but there's something hidden in that ranking. It might be his new starting point. His worst year was plagued by injuries, but the talent remains. His connection with Jaden Daniels? It's already blooming. And that's where it all makes sense. McLaurin is the rock, reliable in any situation. Deebo is the lightning, explosive, unpredictable, capable of changing a game in a blink. Together, they could turn Daniels into the most dangerous quarterback in the NFC. But there's a brutal obstacle in the way: Brian Robinson Jr. He began 2024 like a rocket headed toward a 1,000-yard season and fizzled out when Washington needed him most. In the final stretch, in key moments, his energy vanished. And now, he's in the final year of his contract. It's all or nothing. With the offensive line strengthened by Laramie Tunsil, there are no more excuses. No more time. Austin Ekeler is versatile. McNichols is fast. Kroski-Merritt is hungry. The line moved on, and Robinson could be left behind if he doesn't rediscover his essence. Meanwhile, the rumors are exploding. Amari Cooper could be on the way. And honestly, it makes total sense. Peters knows something is missing. Cooper, with over 10,000 career yards, could be the final link to take this offense to the top. He's already worked with Dan Quinn. The transition would be smooth. And with McLaurin and Deebo at his side, Jaden Daniels would have the best receiver arsenal of his generation. But a bomb is looming. Terry McLaurin is in the final year of his contract, willing to sit out activities until he gets an extension. And Peters must decide quickly. Not re-signing McLaurin would be the biggest mistake of the Dan Quinn era. McLaurin is technique, intelligence, security. He's not a player who relies on youth. He's a player who defies time. Would you let go of the #1 WR of a team that just made a conference final? Washington finally has a real quarterback, a creative offensive coordinator, a developing roster with a sky-high ceiling. Now it's time to protect what works. And nothing works better than Terry McLaurin. Each of these stories, from the discarded to the elite, shows that the Commanders are at a historic crossroads. Either they evolve and fight for titles, or fall back into the limbo of bad decisions. So now I ask you, what would you do in Adam Peters' place? Would you re-sign McLaurin now, or risk the team's stability? Would you bet on Cooper, or give Robinson more time? Which of these 5 players deserves one last chance? Comment below. The community wants to hear your voice. And if you really love this team, subscribe to the channel now. Because in the coming weeks, the decisions that will define the Commanders' future will be made, and you deserve to follow it all firsthand. But if you think this is just another cycle of speculation and empty promises, think again. Because this time, there's no safety net. The margin for error is gone. We're looking at a front office that doesn't just talk about rebuilding. It's willing to cut deep to deliver real results. And that includes unpopular decisions. Don't be surprised if beloved names get cut in the coming weeks. Adam Peters has already proven he doesn't cling to legacy. If a player doesn't deliver, he doesn't stay. And that philosophy is exactly what pulled us out of stagnation. What gave us hope? What put us back on the map? Now stop and imagine. McLaurin re-signed. Daniels in his 2nd season with a full preseason. Debo healthy and fully integrated. And maybe Amari Cooper joining as the cerebral veteran who draws double coverage and still finds space. That combination doesn't just scare people. It commands respect. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ball, the defense is being built with young, aggressive, determined pieces. Mike Sainristil, he's already proving he could be the soul of the secondary. Marshawn Lattimore is more than a name. He's a statement that we want to compete with the big boys. And if you think defense isn't a priority, look at the pattern. Peters is building a physical, fast, lethal team. For the first time in a long time, Washington has a plan. And not just that, it has an identity. But none of it matters if the fans aren't united. If you still think being a fan is just about celebrating wins, you're in the wrong place. Here on this channel, being a fan means living every decision like it's happening in the locker room. It means supporting, criticizing, proposing. Because this space is yours. For those who believe. For those who endured years of frustration and still wear burgundy and gold with pride. So now I ask you, what's your choice? Will you stay on the sidelines, waiting for the recap the next day? Or will you follow every update, every practice, every move that could change this franchise's path? The time to act is now. If you believe in the Commanders' future, if you know this team is about to explode, then subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this with every fan still sleeping. Because while they sleep, we're building the future. And believe me, you won't want to wake up too late.